Welcome to Timberland Farms. If you're new here, my name's Anthony and behind me is my 1968 Case 580 CK backhoe. We just tore apart the transmission, pulled the engine from the front of the tractor and split it in half, pulled the transmission out, repaired the transmission, put it back together, and now we're waiting for the moment of truth. Is this actually going to move? You may recall in our last video, we got the engine in, the transmission in. We got this thing to fire up, and I noticed a hydraulic leak. That was like 8:30 at night, and that's where we left off. So we know it runs. We always knew it ran, but it's glad to see that it was running right then and there after we got it all back together. But the real question is, will it actually move? So I just knowing how the characteristics are of this machine, having it in the past, this thing is not going to go anywhere without that front loader on it. Because I used to drive this around without the front bucket. When I first got it, it didn't have the front bucket on it. You couldn't keep the front tires on the ground without the front bucket. Now it's missing the loader arms. That backhoe on the back is so heavy, this will just sit there and pop wheelies. I'll probably be able to show you guys. So we're not going to physically drive this, but we're going to put the outriggers down and see if the wheels turn, especially in reverse, because we had no reverse at all. So we still have to wire this thing up. We don't have a key switch or anything like that. It's all purely mechanical right now. Sheet roll. It's all cold and everything. Pops right off. A little smoky at the beginning. Have to get the loader arms on the front, obviously. I got to wire up all those gauges, get those gauges functioning, wire up the key switch so we can turn it on from the tractor seat. I'm probably going to make my own seat, get a piece of plywood, go steal a couch cushion off the curb, and stick a couch cushion right there and make your own seat. Do that budget friendly. I'll show you guys how to upholster. I've never upholstered before, so we're going to see how it turns out. And probably a couple miscellaneous things we gotta do. Gotta go down to the parts store and pick up a oil pressure setting line. It's like an 1/8-inch copper line that goes from the end block up to the gauge cluster so we can read our oil pressure. Oil pressure was not a factory on this thing. We have to make a new alternator bracket for the alternator. This used to have a generator. I have an alternator sit back at home that has a tank drive on the back of it. So go in, put that in as well. This thing pops right up and idles nice and smooth. It's a little smoky, but it is also from the 1960s. Definitely no clean emissions diesel today. But I think it's going to be a workhorse for us. Let's see if we can pull this up. All right, so here's the other end of our coolant temp sensor. It goes right here. This is the old one. And I think I got the wrong size wrench on here. No, I don't think so. That is inside the water jacket. I'm gonna try doing this really quick. Yeah, we're gonna lose coolant. See if we can be quick with this. Not really. What a mess. No, I can't grab onto that anymore, so I'll go get a smaller wrench and grab on the one in the inside of it. Up! Up! You got it! That's nothing, guys. before we can attach our curl cylinders here, we have to replace this hydraulic line because that blew. Probably should have dug a rag with me, brought a rag with me. But I got my one size fits non-adjustable wrenches, and I got a couple hammers. So normally with a hammer, you got one stationary hammer on the bottom side, and then that's your anvil. Helps break up the rust. Now it's free. Success. Now to go steal one off of the loader arms behind you. Sometimes it's good to hold on to junk because this hydraulic line looks really good. Easy peasy. Ta-da! Now we can go put this on self-sealing, so we don't need to put any pipe tape or pipe dope on them. Just tighten them up snug and they seal themselves. It's a 37-degree taper inside that seals them. Well, it looks like that steel line might be next to go. Good thing we got one on that parts machine. We'll hold on to that. All right, now we can put these pins in. Well, that steel line just went. Good thing we got that parts machine. Oh, we're gonna need that. So it just cracked here and it's spraying out of here. Just replaced this line, so now I have to disconnect this line, this hose clamp, and this line up to the top here. You can see that this is a very specific line. It's got this T off of the bottom here. So good thing I have that parts machine. Let's get at it. All right, now the real test. We're gonna see if this thing's gonna scoop and if you guys can hear me. I think that concludes part 6 of my Case 580 CK backhoe transmission repair. You guys can tell that the transmissioning that is going. It's all we need to conclude this is going to work. There will be a part 7. Part 7 is going to be well in the future. The farm's got much more pressing tasks at hand to do. I mean, we'll still dabble with this, but this is not going to. This is going to take a back burner. We're going to jump on to next projects while also using this in the current state that it's in. It needs some cylinders repacked. It needs a loader curl cylinder repacked on the passenger side. It needs a steering cylinder repacked on the driver's side. It needs both steering stabilizers repacked. It needs both swing cylinders repacked. So we're going to get that taken care of and address any leaks we find. Because this is the first I've ever ran this machine, so we have some kinks we have to work out of it. We also have to address the cutting edge on the front bucket. That's all tore up and needs to be replaced, and as well as the rear bucket. The shanks on the bucket are not in good shape, and I don't think they're going to hold the tooth very well. We might throw a set of teeth on there. We might swap out buckets. I do have a second bucket, but we're going to figure it out. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. If you have any questions regarding a transmission rebuild, whether it's a shuttle clutch pack or something along those lines on this backhoe, please go ahead and ask me. I've already been there, done that. It was actually pretty straightforward and easy once I had that book and the help of my dad. So I'm very glad that went through and worked out as well as it did. I can tell this machine is really ready to dig. So